And we now ask that you guide us to take these next steps in our lives. Guide us to live lives that glorify you. Amen. Please be seated.
Howdy, everyone. Hi. Welcome, everyone, to the Class of 2026 graduation ceremony. Before we get started, I would like to take a moment to thank the teachers, faculty, and fellow students who have helped make our school experience so meaningful. Your guidance, support, and shared memories have played a huge role in shaping who we are today. I would also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our parents and families of the graduates. Your encouragement, support, and unwavering belief in us have carried us through every challenge and success. You have been with us every step of the way, and we are truly grateful. Thank you all for being here to celebrate this special moment with us. At this time, I'd like to get Mr. Dale Woodrum to the podium. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tracer. Good afternoon, members of the Greeley County Board of Education, Superintendent Mr. Nehus, Board Member Jessica Alexander, esteemed faculty, proud parents, grandparents, guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of this class. Graduation marks not only an accumulation of years of hard work, but dedication and the beginning of new chapters filled with limitless opportunities. It is now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Carrie Jenkins.
Good afternoon. For those of you who may not know me, I've had the honor of teaching English here at Greeley County High School for a few years. In fact, I started teaching here the same year that this class came in as ninth graders. Unlike me, they didn't have to figure out a new school, but high school is still different. It asks more of them, more responsibility, more independence, and more maturity. And in that time, I've had a front row seat to see what high school has asked of them and exactly how they've responded. If you were to ask me to describe this class, I would tell you they are not overly loud, but they are definitely not quiet. They're not too serious, but they're not exactly carefree. They are, however, very sure of who they are, and that did not happen overnight. When I first had them as freshmen, they were still adjusting to exactly what high school required. There were late assignments, unfinished work, and moments where the effort didn't quite match the potential that I always saw sitting in front of me. But over time, that changed. By their senior year, that inconsistency turned into confidence. I got to see it firsthand, through their writing, their grammar, and the way that they carried themselves in classes like college composition and American literature. The work that they put in over the years didn't just meet my expectations, it built real knowledge, which transferred into self-pride. And that is what stands out to me most about their class. Also, I will tell you they are a lot like siblings. I have heard them tell each other very hard truths, sometimes very directly. But I always knew that it came from a place of them knowing each other very well, and they expected more from one another. They are completely themselves when they're together, no matter how different their interests and their personalities. And while school spirit definitely did not define them early on, this year they chose to make up for it. I watched them plan, strategize, and show up, not just to win events, but to support each other through them. And more than anything, I saw a shift in how intentional they became just about being available to one another. It became less assumed and more intentional. On sports game nights, I would hear them say to one another, "You're coming," right? And it wasn't a formality because it mattered. That growth, their acceptance of one another, the protection they gave to each other, and the pride they took in their work, that's not something that every class develops. But this one did. And as their teacher, it's what mattered to me too. Not just the outcome, but the growth that got the students there. The willingness to try again, to figure it out, to take ownership and pride in the work that they have put in along the way. And this class, they have definitely earned it. And I know many of you here today are here to watch someone very specific graduate, or maybe a few of these students. But I want to take just a minute to let you see a little more of who this class really is. There is one who experiences school a little bit differently, but maybe understands something that many of us forget. He shows up with genuine happiness, no matter the circumstances. He loves music, and he brings a kind of joy that never needs to be explained. There is one who has joined this class more recently, but you wouldn't know it by the way that he's woven himself into it. He is intentionally kind in all of his interactions. He sees the best in the people around him, and he gives his time and energy always to support everyone else, especially behind the scenes. There is one who saw an opportunity and created something from it. She started a service dog training program right here in our school. Her standard is high, and not just for herself, but in everything that she does. She is organized, dependable, and the one that her peers go to when they need to know what's going on. And no matter what she is involved in, because there is always something, she shows up fully ready to go. There is one that if he even walks past the junior high school, if his name is mentioned, you will hear it shouted down the hallway in excitement. He is the one his classmates go to when school assignments never make sense. And the reason they keep going back isn't just because he always knows the answer. It is because he does not ever make them feel less when they ask. He makes the time. He takes the time to explain it well. And what I love is that he quietly has raised the level of excellence for everyone around him. There is one who keeps things light, who makes everyone laugh, and who somehow manages to take on sports roles that you don't often see combined, like cheer and wrestling. One example of her heart is seen in exactly what she is going to do next. She is stepping out of high school ready to meet a real need in this community by opening her own business and doing something that she genuinely is passionate about. And along the way, she has always been the kind of person who connects everyone in her class. So I like to think of her as the glue. There are two here that are nearly impossible to separate. Not only because, yes, they are identical, but because they have built their lives side by side. They have worked at our local hospital all through high school. They have supported our local sports teams. They have even started their own business at the local farmers market. But in the classroom, they refuse to settle. They will redo, revise, and return every assignment again and again and again, and not because they have to, but because they want to get it right. And that kind of work ethic is very rare. There is one who I would say is simply energy. Pure, steady, undeniable. The kind of person who will go ride a bull and then show up the next day to play a football game with broken ribs, and you're not sure how he continues on, despite all of these injuries. But what stands out even more than his toughness to me is his character. He is dependable. He works hard, and he treats people with a level of respect that never goes unnoticed. There is one whose growth for me has been impossible to miss. A natural leader, deeply loyal, and extremely protective of the people around him. I have seen that loyalty show up in my own classroom, where respect is not just expected, it is upheld. He wants to understand what is in front of him, and he wants to do it well. And that mindset carries into everything that he does. Because no matter where you put him, he is going to show up to compete, and he is going to rise to the moment. There is one who doesn't need attention to make an impact. She shows up quietly, consistently, and with intention, building habits that always lead to excellence. And if you really know her, you know that she raises the standard for for everyone around her just by her day in and day out discipline. As an athlete, that shows up in incredible achievement. Everywhere else, it shows up as something just as important, making sure that people are included even when they don't realize they need it. And then there is one who leads in a quieter way, by his example. He has never felt the need to become someone else just to fit the expectations or to gain anyone's approval. And because of that, he has earned a level of respect that cannot be forced. He holds a high standard, not just for himself, but for all those around him. And while his confidence often shows up through humor and sarcasm, underneath that is a heart that cares deeply about authenticity and how people treat one another. As I've watched this class over the past 4 years, I realize you guys don't wait to become who you're going to be. You have become it in the small decisions that you have made every day. And whether you recognize it or not, you have already been doing it. So before I send you off today, I want to do one last thing with you, something that should feel just a little bit familiar. If you would, please look under your chair. You'll find a gift bag, and I need you to take out what is inside of it. This is part of a speech by Theodore Roosevelt, often referred to as the man in the arena. And I'd like you to follow along while I read it aloud. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again. Because there is no effort without error or shortcoming, but who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who, at the best, knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat. Now, if we were in class right now, this is the part where I would ask you to think for yourselves and tell me what it means and why it matters. But today, I'm just going to tell you what I hope that you take away with you. This speech talks about the person in the arena, the one who shows up, who tries, who fails, who learns, and then who keeps going. And as I look at all of you, I don't see students who are waiting to step in their arena. I have seen young people who have already entered it. I've seen it in the effort it took for you to grow from where you started as freshmen to where you are now. I've seen it in the way that you've shown up for each other, intentionally, consistently, even when it wasn't easy. I've seen it in the risks that you've taken, the work that you've put in, and the grit and confidence that you continue to build. So know this, you have done the hard part. You have proven that you are willing to try, to grow, and to keep going. So as you leave here today, it isn't about becoming someone brand new. It is about continuing to be exactly who you've already shown yourselves to be. The people who do show up, who care, who put in the effort, even though no one might be watching. Because I promise you guys, the world does not need more critics. It needs more people willing to step into the arena. And if the past 4 years are any indication, that is exactly who you are. So my congratulations to you, class of 2026. It has truly been my honor to teach you, and I look forward to continuing to cheer you on in the very next arena of your lives.
Thank you, Mrs. Jenkins. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Greeley County Class of 2026 salutatorian, Maggie Retruba.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maggie Witruba, and I want to begin this day by thanking everyone for coming and supporting the Greeley County High School class of 2026. Today is a monumental moment in our lives. It is hard to believe that we are closing this chapter and beginning a completely new one. Although graduation is something we have looked forward to for most of our lives, it has truly only started to feel real in the past few months. Between final events, future plans, college applications, and all of the laughs that come with senior year, time seems to have sped up faster than we expected. And now, here we are, reaching one of the biggest goals and taking our first steps towards even bigger dreams. As we stand here today, preparing to leave behind what has been our everyday for the last 4 years, I think many of us realize something important. High school was about much more than grades, sports, activities, or awards. It was about growth. It was about the people who walked beside us through both the best moments and the hardest ones. When we first walked into high school, many of us thought popularity meant everything. We believed that having large groups around us meant those people would always be there. But over time, life has taught us something different. We discovered who our real friends are, not during the easy moments, but during the stressful days, failures, losses, and times when life does not go according to plan. Real friends are the people who stay. They're the ones who check in on you when no one else notices something is wrong. They celebrate your successes without jealousy and support you when you feel like giving up. High school has a way of changing friendships. And while some people drift away, the friendships that remain often become stronger and more meaningful. I think one of the biggest lessons that we have learned is not everyone is meant to stay forever. And that is okay. Every person we met taught us something, whether it was how to trust, how to forgive, or even how to move forward. Sometimes growing up means realizing that quality matters over quantity. But beyond friendship, high school has taught us lessons we never expected to learn. Of course, we learned from textbooks, lectures, and assignments. But some of the most important lessons happened outside the classroom. High school has taught us how to handle pressure, manage overwhelming workloads, solve problems, speak in front of people, work together, and adapt when things change unexpectedly. It even taught us life skills like sewing, ordering our own meals, or browning hamburger. Honestly, those may end up being some of the most important lessons we've learned. Our teachers and coaches gave us more than the knowledge they were required to teach. They became mentors who pushed us to do better, supported us through challenges, and believed in us even when we doubted ourselves. School prepared us for far more than we realized, and because of that, we now have the ability to overcome challenges, reach goals, and succeed in whatever path we choose. Even though school prepared us in many ways, it did not prepare us for every situation we will face. There will be moments in life where we struggle to figure out everything, and that is okay. One of the greatest things about Greeley County is that no matter where life takes us, we will always have people we can turn to. The support we found here does not end when we walk across this stage today. So, I want to thank everyone who supported this class throughout the years. Parents, thank you for raising us, driving us to countless events, and standing beside us through every success and disappointment. Teachers and coaches, thank you for going beyond your responsibilities and becoming mentors and role models in our lives. Community members, thank you for supporting us, encouraging us, and buying all those fundraiser items you probably didn't need. I also want to thank 2 people who stood beside this class through homecoming floats, concession stands, late nights, and every challenge we threw at them. Jessica Alexander and Shannon Botruba. Thank you both for being amazing class sponsors and for everything you have done for us over the years. As we move into this next chapter of life, it is easy to spend time looking backwards. We replay memories, mistakes, regrets, and moments we wish we could relive. But I have learned that the only reason we should look back is to see how far we've come. Look back to the nervous freshmen we once were. Look back at the challenges we thought we would never overcome. Look back at the long practices, stressful nights, difficult classes, heartbreaks, victories, and lessons that shaped us into the people we are today. We are not the same people we were 4 years ago. We have grown stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future ahead of us. And while the future may feel uncertain, that uncertainty also brings opportunity. We now have the chance to write our own stories. Today is not just an ending. It is proof of how far we have already come. So, to the class of 2026, congratulations, because we did it. Be excited for what comes next. Do not fear change, because change is often where the best things begin. Hold on to the people who truly matter, appreciate the memories that shaped you, and continue moving forward with confidence. Because life is not about staying the same. It is about growing, learning, falling, getting back up, and continuing forward. And no matter where life takes us, I hope we always remember this. Only look back to see how far you've come. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Maggie. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Greeley County Class of 2026 valedictorian and Governor's Father, James Martin.
First of all, I would like to thank all the friends and family that have came here today to celebrate these lovely people in front of us. I would also like to further thank all the teachers, janitors, school staff members, and mentors that have helped guide this class of 2026 through all 14 years of school, because we know that we need it. I would also like to thank the community for all the support that they've shown the school, because it does not go unappreciated. I've done a lot of things at Long High School, from competing for 5 state championships to performing in front of tens of thousands of people. In my time at Greeley County, I've seen a thing or two, like witnessing Bob Ross air fresheners starting every school band being graciously donated by Target. Target does not know about that. And we've also seen Pennick trying to get a boyfriend from Australia. Unfortunately, it did not work. With all those memories, they will be with me for better or for worse. I've loved my years in high school, and because there are so many people younger than us here, I'd like to give some advice on how they can maximize their journey. For me, most high school memories do not come from within these walls. There do happen to be a few, like setting shirt on fire in the locker room, or watching Philly take Tracer up at the knees. However, some of the best memories are made on trips with people from Greeley County, like all those state championships. It could be watching somebody hit a golf ball straight into a windshield, a tornado warning that caused power to go out, or playing Truth or Truth in a hotel room at 2 in the morning, because what else are we going to do? But the 5 and hopefully 6 state championship trips that I'll go on to are not even close to the best memories that I have. Sure, there's no feeling like going up and getting that trophy from K-Show and getting this medal, but there's still better memories. Then there's those FFA trips, which I loved even more. These are the trips I take, mainly to Manhattan, to spend a few days competing in competitions or doing other events. With these, there are countless memories, like the Beats incident, Maggie tripping on literally anything, Shark Month, and the broken van door that we unfortunately will never forget. But these memories are still not the best memories that you can make. To me, the best memories that you can make in high school are with the friends that you don't even know that you have yet. When I say this, I mean that the best high school experiences that I've participated in are the ones where I'm alone, where I don't know anyone. If you told freshman me this, I would be terrified. But it's so true. This culminates into my favorite activity ever, National FFA Band. But why is this the best? But simply, it's some of the best people that you have ever met, coming together for 1 week to make the best music that you've ever heard and the best atmosphere ever created. Through those 2 weeks, that was in Indianapolis for the National FFA Convention. I performed in front of over 150,000 people, line danced in front of 30,000 people, walked through the same NFL tunnels like legends like Peyton Manning did, witnessed a Stick Shake worker dancing to the YMCA on top of the counter at 11 p.m., witnessed a wedding, mock wedding by the way, almost get kicked out of the band for oversleeping, thank you room service for waking us up, and playing way too much. This experience was the best because people from California to Connecticut and everywhere in between came together as strangers and left as family. Class of 2026, we're about to embark on a journey where we're not going to know anybody at all. So please go on those trips, make those memories, make those friends, because those are the best memories that you will have. So if there's one piece of advice I can give to anyone, it's that at some point you need to do something by yourself, as in you know nobody at all. Do it in an area where you're passionate about, whether it be band, bull riding, volleyball, or anywhere in between. It is there where you will find your lifelong friends. So to Mauricio, Trey, Nolan, Maggie, Luke, Aiden, Quinn, Steven, Nico, August, Preston, Kate, Riley, and Molly, and anyone I might have missed, thank you for being the friends that I found along the way. In closing, be active when you were in high school. Don't be the loser that just goes in and out of these doors. Be the person who is stretching the bounds of this school and the person who is taking this school to places it has never been before, so that you can truly say that you lived. Me and this class have done this, and we hope that future generations do the same. Thank you. So, as Governor Scholar, I have the privilege to recognize somebody, specifically a teacher, who has had a major influence on my education and my life. Now, every person in this gym probably thinks I'm giving this award blank. Though I may be a sweet baby boy of Diego, and I've watched him receive this award so many times. I told myself years ago that I did not want to give it to Flag because I wanted to be different. So I'm honoring my past self with wishes. Though I've loved being in your room for 5 years, I want somebody else to be recognized. But I think there's one person who has gone above and beyond in the school for the last few years. From developing our FFA chapter, taking over a struggling science program, to filling in as counselor for the last few years, and grabbing my wife from Pole 4 yesterday. Ms. Ur has shared her passion of teaching and caring for students in a way that almost every kid benefits from. She's helped me fill out so many applications from FFA awards to scholarships, encouraged me to do things that I would have never considered doing, like an extended speech, or trying out for the National FFA band, and it's helped me develop into the person that I am today. So Ms. Ur, please come up to accept this award. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Harkness to the podium.
Thank you, James. Each year, the Kansas State Activities Association presents a citizenship award to a graduating male and female who best demonstrate excellence in the following criteria: respect, responsibility, and reverence. Staff members of Greeley County Schools vote to select the recipient of this award. The Female Citizenship Award goes to Miss Maggie Vitruva. The Male Citizenship Award goes to James Marquardt. United School Administrators of Kansas is proud to sponsor the Dale M. Dennis Excellence in Education Award. The purpose of this award is to provide schools with the opportunity to recognize a senior for his or her citizenship, service, scholarship, and self-awareness. The Dale M. Dennis Award goes to Bishop Talbot. The class of 2026 has received a total of $24,000 in scholarships thanks to these generous sponsors, or scholarship donors. The class has been awarded over $100,000 from post-secondary institutions. Dr. Ronald Fahrenholtz Memorial, class of 94, Irma and Bob John Memorial, Pioneer Communications, Orville Gill Vocational Education, Rocket Tire and Auto, the Schooler Company, TBK Bank, First Farm Bank, Henry and Bertha Brunswick Memorial, Greeley County Conservation District, Seaboard's Foods, Waldron Family 4-H, Greeley County Recreation Board, John and O.C., I say that wrong, Neuschwander 4-H, Wheatland Electric, Greeley County Drug, Greeley County Health Services Board, Colby Ag, the Auto History Award, First Tribune Insurance, Tribune VFW Post 7521, Greeley County FFA, Tribune VFW Auxiliary, Mackenzie J. Lehman Memorial, Greeley County Farm Bureau, Beth Ann Myers Scholarship, Scott Community Foundation, United Methodist Church. At this time, Peyton Jenkins would like to share with you the senior video he created as a reflection of memories and moments leading up to today.
Thank you, Peyton, for all the hard work you put into preparing that video. At this time, it is my pleasure to present the Greeley County Class of 2026. Graduates, please stand. Greeley County Board of Education, Board Member Jessica Alexander, and the Superintendent, Mr. Nehus, having met all of the requirements set forth by the Kansas State Department of Education and USD 200 Board of Education, these 11 students have earned the right to graduate. I therefore recommend that each be awarded a diploma certifying that he or she is a graduate of Greeley County High School and is entitled to the rights and privileges thereof. Parents, family, and friends of graduates, please feel free to come forward and take pictures as the graduates walk across the stage and receive their diploma. Class of 2026 graduates, please make your way to the stage to receive your diploma. Caden Cole Jones. Tracer Matthew Alexander. Kane Chavez. Ashton Justice Cole. Kiara Lynn Cole. Peyton Jeffrey Jenkins. James Lewis Harper. Haley Madison Nolan. James Tennille Stewart. Bishop James Talbot. Margaret Leah Petruda.
With the future in our hands, so many dreams, so many plans.
Graduates, please step forward to the red line in front of you and turn around and face the audience, please. You may now move your tassels to the left. On behalf of the staff of Greeley County Schools, I am proud to present the 2026 graduates of Greeley County High School. Congratulations, young men and women. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Will you please bow your heads with me? God, today we give you thanks for this journey and for every step that brought us here. We thank you for the lessons learned, the friendships formed, the challenges overcome, and the growth that has taken place within all of us. Guide us as we go. Help us to serve others, to love our neighbors, and to walk faithfully in the path you have prepared for us. Go with us as we enter new chapters. In moments of uncertainty, give us peace. In moments of success, give us gratitude. In moments of failure, give us perseverance. May we always remember that we are never alone, for your love surrounds us wherever we go. Strengthen the families, teachers, and friends who have supported us along the way. Lord, send us out into the world, not only with knowledge, both hearts ready to love and hands ready to serve. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
What's impossible, they will go. This will stand each day. I can feel it. And there's a surface that shocks me. But in some ways, I see. There's no mountain, space me. There's no stopping. We'll sing and dance tomorrow. True song. I don't want this feeling to go away.
Okay, neighbors, we get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Greeley County graduating class of 2026, I would like to thank you for attending today's ceremony. In support of all these young men and women, please enjoy celebrating the graduates and drive safely.